Sat gitsin. Sat sat sat sat.
Sat sat sat sat sat.
Sat sat sat. Bir satmışım. Üf üf üf.
I've seen more of this war than you can imagine.
Evet. Konuşmam bitti. Nerede kalmıştık en son? Ha evet. Gerçek sebebi
You
ne
don't
dedik?
really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
Benim tapınakçı olmamı cidden merak etmiyorsun değil mi? Bu cidden sıkıcı dedi. I do really wanna... Cidden bilmek istiyorum. Evet,
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything
Sinirlendi
better
biraz
to do,
nedense.
right? The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The
Kiliseye
initiates
gitmekten
from
nefret
poor
ettim diyor.
families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al-Eamon had cast me off unwanted.
Arlimon
I was determined to
beni
be bitter.
sürgün etti gibi
But I
hissettim.
took some
O
solace
yüzden
in the training
sinirliydim
itself,
falan
I
dedi.
guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Kendimi eğitirken birazcık iyi hissettim dedi işte ve bu işte de iyiydim dedi. Yani eğitim işinde iyiymiş. Eğitimle ilgili neyden zevk aldın
The
dedi.
education mostly, but also the
Eğitimden
discipline.
ve
You need to
disiplinden
have a
dedi.
disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have.
Tapınakçı
It was
yeteneklerini
difficult,
kullanmak için
but
disiplinli bir zihne
rewarding.
ihtiyacın
I
varmış.
never really felt at home
Zormuş.
anywhere though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up.
Şey diyor.
What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Tapınakçı yeteneklerimi tuttum çünkü Duncan bunları Kara Nesil'le savaşırken işe yarayabileceğini söyledi. İlginç. Tabii onların da aslında büyücüsü var. Kara Nesil'in büyücü savaşçıları var. Düşününce doğru, mantıklı. Green muhafızları katıldıktan sonra onların yanını sanki evim gibi hissettim diyor. Tabii hayatında bir baba figürünün olmaması belli ki Alistair'ı etkilemiş ve Duncan'ı zamanında Arliman'ı öyle görmüş. Hani Arliman da onu sürgün edince sinirlenmiş açıkçası. Duncan'ı da artık baba figürü olarak görüyor. Şimdi onu da kaybetti. O yüzden de Logain'e sinirli. Senin evin diyebileceğin bir yer var mı dedi. Evim Arlhav denen orospu çocuğu tarafından işgal edildi dedik.
Right. Stupid of me to ask. I'm sorry.
Doğru.
We won't always
Aptalca
be
bir soruydu,
traveling
üzgünüm
like
dedi.
this, you know.
Her
Once
zaman
the
böyle
war is over, once
yollarda
the
olmayacağız.
blight is-
Savaş bittiğinde
Well,
dedi.
a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again.
Gerçek evimiz
Though that
düşüneceğimiz
seems
zaman
like a
gelecek
far
dedi.
ways off.
Savaştan sonra dedi.
And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
O günler her ne kadar uzakta gözükse de iki türlü de sanırım gri muhafızlar sonsuza kadar gidecek dedi. Ben de şey dedim. Her zaman tekrardan inşa
I
edebiliriz
suppose
dedim.
you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll
Sanırım
never get back
haklısın. Yeni
those
gri
we lost.
muhafızlar yaratabiliriz.
I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've
Eskisi gibi
sidetracked us.
olmayacaktır ama iyi olacak.
We'd better
dedi.
get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Şimdi işimize dönelim dedi. Adam haklı. Kampımızın diğer üyelerine gidelim.
Something on your mind? Of course. You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden? You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see." Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret, it's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last, my face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears. Really? I saw you eating dinner the other day. Savage. Ah yes, the classy camaraderie of two men traveling out in the open. I take it you were like this before the joining, then. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you call it, their group mind. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you? Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come. Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, You don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition. We're all going to die. When Duncan told me, I was angry. He put his hand on my shoulder and said this. It's not how you die that's important. It's how you live. And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. And there you have it. I suppose it is. We're the only ones who can stop the Blight, however. Is there a price too high to pay for that? You know, Duncan... he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him. Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right? Something on your mind? Of course. I didn't know them for very long, but I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you? They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time... Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know. There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name? Gregor. He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table. Oh, I honestly doubt it. You might have tried, but this fella had a supernatural constitution, I swear. Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly... Yes, I suppose so. I thought I was done with this, but it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by, nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. That must sound really stupid to you. I just would have liked something of his to take with me, that's all. Well, there's no use in moaning about it, is there? He's gone. Let's just go.
Looking for little old me? Yes? What's on your mind?
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected. You sound surprised. You must have heard this before. You'll get over it. Eventually. I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware. I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the BEÐEN, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell. I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand. I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it. I killed them. With my bare hands. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down. I know I cannot justify what I have done. My honor is forfeit. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath. If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now. Near Lake Calenhad. Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
'Tis cold in my tent all alone. So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm? Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk. I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden endurance are not exaggerated. Indeed there are. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. Natural prowess, driven by a darker side. That is entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence. I wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not? Oh, now you ruin the mood by speaking profanities. Silly man. Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare. I have something for you. I mean that I have a gift for you. 'Tis a ring. Now before you get any foolish notions, let me explain. Flemeth once gave me the ring because it allowed her to find me no matter where I went, in case I was ever captured by hunters. I disabled its power as soon as we left the wilds. Recently, however, I thought to change it. Now, I will be able to find whoever wears it instead. It is not given out of sentimentality. I believe you are too important to risk. If you were captured, this ring would allow the rest of us to find you quickly. I have no desire to see us part company so soon. Not unless we wish to, that is. Do not read more into it than is there. You have supplied me with equipment. Certainly this is not so very different, is it? Flemeth used to say that 'twas a link between us, one that I presumed worked both ways. I never tested it, but I doubt she would have lied over such a thing, so it would mean I am linked to you as much as you to I. I do not know. As I said, I never tested it. Perhaps. You are welcome. Perhaps it will be useful someday. So, full of questions, are you? Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Ah, such a romantic, I see. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Perhaps? Shall I consult my capricious nature and divine an answer for you? Am I to be interrogated? However shall you wring my secrets from me? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Discuss away. What is there to speak of? Do you wish me to tell you how wonderful you are? Shall I say you are virile and manly? I prefer action over words. Why don't you prove it to me? Aye, that is me indeed. What is it then that you wish to know so badly? Ex. We are in camp, so 'tis. Discuss away. What is there to speak of? I prefer action over words. Good. I hate long discussions. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Discuss away. We are in camp, so discuss away. What is there to speak of? Do you wish me to tell you how wonderful you are? I prefer action over words. Aye, that is me indeed. What is it then that you wish to know so badly? How we... That is a rather tiresome topic. Enough. I have no patience for this sort of blather. If you wish to know something specific, I would prefer you ask it. Otherwise, leave me be. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Perhaps? Shall I consult my capricious nature and divine an answer for... We are in camp, so discuss away.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
As you Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And here we are, Soldier's Peak. Maker's breath. Look at the size of her. What a fortress. I told you the map would get us through the tunnels. It's just teeming with history. Can't you feel it? So, I'll follow you about. from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Soldier's Peak. Looks like it's seen better days. Better centuries, more like.
Once the wardens flourished, their ranks full, their caliber certain. Now they even accept people like you, Alistair.
Hey!
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be easy, my lord.
I gave the wardens one chance to die with honor. Instead, they hole up like cowards. We follow the king's advice, then. Starve them out.
But the peak has months of supplies.
Then we wait. When they are too weak to lift their weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
Whoa, what was that? Felt a bit woozy there. I'm not mad, am I? You saw it too?
I've heard an Orlesian ballad about something like this. A beauty trapped in a dream. In the song, Belisa never wakes up.
Your prissy friend here is making me nervous, Warden. How's this even possible? The place must truly be haunted. Yes, Warden.